Hello and welcome. My name is Mitch. It's my mission to give the modern man the tools to succeed. So I'm starting to make these videos, and I'm realizing that a lot of you are going to run into a problem, right? Where you're drowning in distraction. Dopamine kills ambition, like dopamine saturation. Dopamine does not kill ambition. When you're drowning in dopamine, your baseline is super high. Your default mode is reactive and weak. You need something that I like to call the Iron Week protocol. And this is kind of what lots of people in the self-development space call monk mode, right? And I'm going to explain how it works, why it works, and how to do it correctly. So, first thing, phase one, strip. All right. So what this means is elimination before everything else. So you eliminate to simplify, you eliminate, if you think about it logically, if you're spending your time doing things and you first eliminate, you're going to save your time and give yourself the ability to do more things. So you're going to strip away all of the things that are overstimulating you and all the things that are distracting you, all the noise, ruthlessly. Okay. So let me give you a few some of these should be so obvious, but a few big ones. Okay. What should you be removing during Iron Week for ultimate mental clarity? Well, one, video games. Definitely. Video games hack into your servo driving mechanism, making you think that this is where your energy and your brain should be going, solving the problems in the video games. And then you don't feel any ambition or any desire to do anything else in the real world, right? You're sapping your ambition. Second thing, social media. When you're watching short form content, one, you're destroying your attention span. Two, you're like screwing up your capacity for emotions. Like if you ever get done scrolling and you get done, you like just feel like brain dead. It's because you're scrolling through emotional states and you're taxing your system. Like happy video, sad video, confused video, surprised video. And the context switches, our brains are not designed for that. So it's taxing on our system. You're sapping away your energy with these habits, okay? Another one, well, obviously porn. That is probably one of the worst habits you could have as a man. Energy. It just destroys your brain, destroys your dopamine levels. So if you're struggling with that, that should be your number one thing to remove and put all your energy into removing that, because a life free of sexual perversion is freedom. Okay. Another one is junk food. A lot of the junk food high in fat, high in sugar, high in just processed foods, fried foods, carbs, things that your body doesn't need, things that bypass that tell your body that you're satisfied, you're satiated, right? Salt, sugar, fat, all of these things. You want to have whole foods, natural foods, foods that give your body actual energy. I mean, if you are a sucker for junk food, if you love yourself a bag of potato chips and, a burger, nothing wrong with that every once in a while in moderation. But during this monk mode week, during this Iron Week protocol, you're going to completely steer clear of the burgers, of the fries, of everything. So, first of all, what should you eat? Eggs, steak, beef, tuna, chicken, rice. I mean, just basic foods. It's really not that difficult. Um, okay. Another thing is once you get rid of video games, social media, porn, scrolling, Netflix, um, any kind of. So these are the obvious ones, okay? And there might be other ones for you because these are kind of the big no-nos, because these sap your energy. All right. So once you're done with phase two strip, you have an idea of, okay, I need to remove these ruthlessly. Like this is the thing is, if you're trying to remove like video games for life, social media for life, porn for life, it's going to take more than making a list of the things and then doing it for 7 days. Sheer willpower is not going to be enough. But like I would say 21 to 30 days of pure focus on that one habit would remove it. I call that the ladder strategy, which I'll talk about in other videos. I've talked about in the video before this. But for 7 days, you can do all of these things for 7 days. 7 days is like ruthless focus. The Iron Week protocol. So first thing, strip. You have an idea of what you need to eliminate. Part 2. This is all about, this is lock, okay? So this is locking down your routine and your rhythm so that you never, stray away from it. You never drift. And this is, so you build yourself a daily routine and you have a time blocked calendar. You time block a calendar out. I recommend Google Calendar. I use Notion, but either way, you can use a paper calendar, whatever. Make a daily routine. This is what I'm going to do every day. Like you write it out, okay? You write it out on a sheet of paper. I do this. Noon, I do this. Sleep protocol, I do this in the evening. And you have a rhythm, okay? Like it might not be like every single hour scheduled out, but pretty much it should be like you know what you're doing during the times of the day, right? So, which first of all, let me give you, I don't know, a good routine that I would abide in is wake up at a reasonable hour. Try to wake up naturally. Once you get your circadian rhythm in check, you can wake up. You can like tell yourself when you're going to wake up and wake up during that time pretty naturally because alarm clocks can kind of disrupt your rhythm. So you want to wake up naturally. You want to have a cold shower, shock the system, wake your body up. You want to meditate, maybe do some visualization, affirmation, some journaling, whatever. And then you want to go into deep work, especially during this Iron Week protocol. And you might have work, you might have school, you might have things that you need to prioritize, responsibilities. But during your free time, you have projects that you're working on, deep work, maybe gym, diet, going on a walk, a nice evening routine with no screens. You make a list of things of how you're going to spend your time, what you're building towards. This is your daily rhythm. So that's lock. Strip, make a list of what you need to eliminate, ruthlessly eliminate these things. Then lock. You want to have a daily routine, a time block. That's your time, how you spend it. You want to understand that. Schedule forces mental focus. So this is going to be very helpful. And then phase 3, this is where you rise, okay? And what this really means is, well, first of all, you're going to experience some serious withdrawal. And that is a sign that it's working. Like if you feel withdrawal, like if you feel groggy, if you feel frustrated, if you feel like lack of energy, that means it's working. That's the first 48 hours will feel like that. But once you hit maybe like day 4 to 7, you'll something will click and something will make sense. You'll have a different sense of energy levels. Your dopamine baseline will reset. The work will feel easier. The ideas will just come into your mind because your servo driving mechanism isn't focused on, League of Legends, or your emotions aren't being sapped in social media. Your energy isn't being sapped in all these different directions. Well, whole food is good. You're trying to get whole food, but junk food, porn, social media, video games, Netflix, whatever it is, something will click and work will seem easier because your brain's actually focused on the work, focused on what needs to get done. And this is what kings do, man. Like Jesus entered the wilderness, right? The Son of God. You have solitude, you have discipline with an objective in mind. What is my objective? What am I trying to accomplish? And then ascension. It's the rise. You attain a new level of mind. So anyway, that's the Iron Week protocol. I hope that's helpful in some way, shape, or form. If you stick to this, I promise you'll see some major changes in your life, and then watch yourself transform. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Level up, do the hard things, and see you later.